I'm Dr. Jordan Wiggins, and this is the Pleasure Principles podcast. Join me on this journey where sex, science, and sensuality meet. Let's change the conversation around sex and pleasure together. Hello, Superwomen. Had this conversation 3 times this week with 2 private clients and a woman in the feminine mentorship, and they were shooketh. Also felt a little seen and called out. So felt the need, if I say something 3 times in 1 week, I feel like it's a sign that I'm supposed to share it or let you all know as well. Superwomen in relationship. The energy balance is likely off. I think that is probably why I have a top ranking podcast globally on relationships and self-help, because we are all superwomen and we are all trying to improve this energetic balance, which is what we're going to talk about today. The 2 main ways that I see the energetic balance being off with high achieving women. Number 1, they are great teammates. They work well together. They support each other, which is amazing. And I would choose this dynamic over the other that I will tell you about in a second. But they're like bros. There's this teammate energy about the relationship. It's missing the intimacy, the desire being pursued. If the superwoman is being pursued, she is not being pursued in the way that she wants. And a lot of people in this state are convincing themselves that it's good enough. But your pink canary, your internal intuition knowing disagrees. That's why you are listening right now. The second way that I see the energy balance is off. So 1 is great teammates. 2 is the high achieving woman occupying the yang or masculine space. Calling the shots, leading, invisible workload is on her plate. Now, there's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with badass bitches calling the shots. This works amazing in our careers. It's what's gotten us a lot of success. It's what makes us good mothers, CEOs, entrepreneurs. It makes us good at running households, which is one of the most underappreciated things ever. However, these relationships do not last. The sex is usually shit or non-existent, even if you are having it. You're having checkbox sex, so same positions, you know how to get each other off. Your orgasms are clitoral, not full body. He's not texting his friend saying, bro, had my mind blown last night. Or he's not texting you saying, I can't stop thinking about the sex we just had. Or there's mismatched libido. Somebody wants more than the other. So let's keep unpacking this. Energy balance being off is having a massive impact on your productivity, your health, and your relationships. Why? Because we have an incongruence, an energetic incongruence. So what do high achieving women really want? And I have done this for almost a decade now. Superwomen desire to be cared for, to let it all go sometimes, to not have to think or plan ahead, to have someone pick up the slack, especially without being asked, to not have to take the lead, and to be pursued, to be penetrated, ravaged, taken. This is also why one of my most popular episodes of all time is the 50 Shades of Grey episode on pleasure principles. So tell me you didn't get a tingle. And if you didn't get a tingle, you're probably so in your head and not in your body. But desire to be cared for, to let it all go sometimes, to not have to take the lead, to be pursued, to be taken, that should feel relaxing. Like if you let yourself go there in your mind, it should feel good. But our actions in life do not match. We are not in alignment. I want to chat about yin qualities. I almost want to stop saying masculine, feminine. I used it to describe yin and yang because I studied Chinese medicine for 4 years when I was becoming a naturopathic doctor. And masculine, feminine just seemed easier for people to conceptualize. But I feel like, and that was like 9 years ago. And I feel like the internet and everything has sort of made a mess of masculine and feminine. And now people are starting to have their opinions, and you hear the negging and all the crap. So, anyways, yin, feminine, yang, masculine, these are energetic opposites, yet they cannot exist without each other. And we all have both. We all have both characteristics. And in a relationship, we should have both. Somebody might occupy the yin pole a little bit more than the yang pole, but we should be able to flip back and forth. That fluidity, that's healthy. That's a healthy relationship dynamic. That's a relationship dynamic that will go the distance and will not be flat or stagnant. Yin qualities: rest, forgiveness, relational, connection, fluid, inward, down, intuitive, craves fullness. I think like wet water, like water will move down. Water has an amazing, like, lasting power. Water erodes rock, it snuffs out fire. When we're talking, like, those would be yang characteristics. Yin is calming, patient, tolerant. And society has made sure that even us superwomen keep that characteristic so we can tolerate and be patient and be a receptacle for the unhealed masculine's shit. But superwomen, we are in our yang energy a lot, conquering, doing, goal-oriented, tasks, outward, up. Masculine craves nothingness. A lot of us women, high achieving, we crave to do less. We crave rest. We crave to be able to quiet our brains. Yang is hot, quick, aggressive, direct. So what do superwomen desire? To be cared for, to be pursued, to be penetrated in mind, like our thoughts, penetrated in our hearts, penetrated by a cock or other welcomed object, craving that fullness. But we spend our time in doing, in achieving. So do you see the incongruence? We crave more yin, but we do more yang. And this is a physiologic incongruence. So for those naysayers that are like, and I used to be this, like, I can do anything a man can do, and I will outwork, outrun, outperform, but we are ignoring our physiology. Estrogen, the predominant female hormone, that's yin, that's equivalent to the yin characteristics. Testosterone, the predominant male hormone, is yang. Superwomen, our shit is off, ladies. we spend so much time in yang doing. No wonder we have relationship energetic issues. No wonder we have health issues that reoccur that so many specialists cannot solve, because no one is looking at it from this fundamental angle, this fundamental flaw. So we are overfunctioners. We are people pleasers. We have so much career success because we became hypervigilant, probably at a very young age, to keep ourselves safe, to think 10 steps ahead, to take the temperature of the room, to fix, to problem solve, pretend like nothing bothers us, not to be too much, to be a good girl. Don't feel or show your emotions. That's weak. We like to be in control. It gives us the security that we will not be abandoned, makes us great at being the boss, but not so great at connecting in intimate relationships, because it is activity, it is doing, it is penetrating. That's the, like, it's hot yang energy. And a lot of us were wounded by the feminine friendships, by our mothers, like with our mother wound, our intergenerational trauma. And that makes us attract our energetic opposite in relationship. So these things seem a little, they can be hard to conceptualize, hard to digest. It can be a little hard to look in the mirror. So I'm going to tell you it from a client perspective. So let's say Kate, this isn't her real name, but she is a highly ambitious professional entrepreneur. She runs her own business, has employees. She has lots of masculine traits: determination, ambitious, career success. People look to her to fix things. Busy, mom, has people that work with her, deals with that. Also dealing with health issues of her own, chronic migraine. So there's lots of superwomen that tolerate some type of chronic pain, dealing with anxiety and debilitating panic attacks, brain fog. She is not as effective at her job as she used to be. Feels like she's just keeping things together. And there's a lot of shame around it because she wants to enjoy life. She wants to enjoy what she's built. She wants to enjoy her husband, her daughters, and she's not who she wants to be. She doesn't feel like herself. She's like snippy, she's critical, gives it all at work during the day and feels there's very little left to give when she gets home at night and she knows this is backwards. She doesn't know how to fix it. So, some version of exhausted, burnt out. It is impacting health. And it is definitely, oh, I forgot to say, it's definitely impacting her relationship. She does not feel at all attracted to her husband. She calls the shots at home, even though he has a pretty masculine career. She is in the driver's seat, and it's not attractive. So, what happens? And I want you to listen very carefully to this because this is like Chinese medicine and Chinese sexual practice, like Taoist tradition. So, they know these things. So, when we are a highly ambitious woman and we are in our yang a lot, we burn out our yin. We literally use our feminine energy as fuel for our yang, as the driver for our success. This equals feminine burnout. I'm hoping you've listened long enough to me that you know what that is. You could check out episode 114 if you're new to this, or the feminine burnout series. I get so many DMs constantly that's like, you are in my head, you describing everything about me, my health, my relationship to the T, or I'm a Linda or I'm a Kate because we're talking about, you know, archetypes of women and super women. If you're an entrepreneur but you're not a professional, if you're in corporate but you don't have kids, like, you don't have to tick every box to work from me or to get massive returns on working with me. So, what happens to relationships of high achieving women? This energetic imbalance. I see three things. Number one, she ends up exhausting her partners, pushing them into their feminine pole, and they check out. Gambling, gaming, golfing, hunting. So when our yin is empty, when our tanks are empty, and I'm going to explain more on this on part 2 in this series, but I just want you to go with me on the general things that happen here. When our tanks are empty and we're needing, like we're energetically taking, our men tend to check out or they need to leave to recharge, which again, I'm not saying that this isn't unhealthy. People need their own activities and things to do. Like, let's not try and be negative here because we're scared of, if I'm right, what does that mean and what do you need to do? But when we are burnt out, when we have feminine burnout and our tanks are empty, our interactions are taking interactions. So our men, even our employees, they feel unappreciated and like nothing is ever good enough. So they stop trying, craving nothingness, masculine trait. And the reverse is when you are fulfilled, they are drawn to you. They want to support you. They want to help you. For example, one of my one-on-one clients sent me a picture If you are on my mailing list, I hope you're on my mailing list because I'm going to start giving you a sneak peek of the feminine mentorship teachings. If you are not, you can send me a message on Instagram. Email info@thepleasurecollective.com. We will get you on my mailing list because you're going to get some sneak peeks on how to fix this. And I'm going to talk about that in this series. My one-on-one client, she messaged me a photo of towels. Her husband not only noticed that they needed new towels, he ordered more towels and in the right color. She was like shocked. He went from being totally checked out. She did absolutely everything. She was the primary breadwinner. She made the meals, did all the stuff, all the household things. And now, like, she's so supported and cared for. Lots of work went into this. Lots of rebalancing the energy went into this, but it's a little tidbit of an example of what changes in an energetic dynamic. Second thing that happens in relationships to high achieving women, mismatched libidos. The superwoman either does not desire to be intimate at all, or she may even have a higher drive. And the higher libido helps to fuel her drive. I've been there, like, to have the high libido and it helps fuel your career success. And you think that nothing's wrong with it because you have a high libido, but your partners end up feeling used, depleted, withdrawn a little. They stop pursuing you like they once did. And this feels terrible. It feels fucking awful when you don't feel desired, especially because what society says about you at that point, you start to think, is he getting it somewhere else? Am I not attractive? You just start to go down this spiral in your head that is no good. And then when we are not desired and we go down that spiral, we can tend to get hypercritical of our partner and lose respect for them. And then they check out more, they withdraw more. So this is a yucky dynamic. We can blame it on attachment theory. Yes, some of it is, but I also think that it is because we have feminine burnout. We are depleted. Our tanks are empty. And for women that don't have high libido, they feel like they're failing their partners feel rejected. Like, it's not a good scene. And the third thing that happens is we can get into this great team energy where we support each other, we support each other's goals, but you have a bro, you have a friend, you have someone to watch games with and achieve your goals together. And there's so much good about this. Like, this is good. This is a great dynamic to have. I'm not knocking it, but there's another level. There's a deeper level. I love it when people come to me in this state. Things are good, but they're missing sort of that intimacy part. They're missing the like desire, the eros, and they want to make it better. How can we make this better? How can we make the sex hotter? Well, there is another level, and it's the feminine is missing. He's desiring feminine, drawn to feminine women on Instagram, at work. So how do we bring this dynamic, and it ends up being like a dom sub dynamic, yin yang dynamic, but we need more energetic polarity, because if we're on the same plane, it does not work. And the other thing that I see is competition, where a superwoman is competing with another alpha man for that position. But this one doesn't even really count as a position, because then we go back to number one, where she ends up exhausting her partner, depleting him, and pushing him into the feminine pole. Usually this is only at the beginning. So another resource for you, if the energy balance is off in your relationship, is to listen to episode 71 about retiring your partner. It talks about energetic balance. But superwomen, I'm speaking to you about your side of the street. This does not mean our men have gotten lazy. Like, they've gotten lazy. They've let us lead. They've taken their eyes off the ball. He has work to do too. But what I am talking about is what we can control, and that is our side of the street, and how we can fix this, and how we can stop repeating the same relationship dynamic, how we can deepen intimacy, how people can feel more fulfilled, how we can get our health back, be happy. And there needs to be some energetic balance, and we need to honor our feminine. The problem for us as burnt out superwomen is that we have little nourishing energy to give back. Very little feminine energy to give back because we have burned it out. We have used it as fuel for our yang masculine pursuits. And again, this isn't all bad. This is amazing. We're never asking you to give up your achievements or step back from what you've created. It's about balance. It's about having better relationship for the things that you crave, which I mentioned: rest, fun, play, connection, be pursued. The dynamics are missing a feminine heart. We'll talk about that more. But when we are in our yang, we've burned out our yin, our dynamics with friendships, with children, they're missing a feminine heart. Women work so hard to have all the household tasks done for them. I have been there, done that. Meals, cleaning, help with childcare. Feminine heart is missing. Something's missing. Even when it's just like, yeah, like we're achieving together. There is another level of intimacy. There is another level of love and nourishment that your family's missing. Two people out achieving are missing feminine energy. So I'm going to get into a quiz. Are you missing feminine energy? And we are going to talk about how to restore the balance of this in this series. This is what I teach in the feminine mentorship. It is almost 50% sold out. I just had 3 applications roll in while I've been recording this episode. I needed to shut my email. And out of those 3, I'm going to be very discerning because I only take 15 women for this. 15 women that is so aligned for this work. They're going to make a 5-figure investment and they're going to get a 6-figure return. Their health, their relationships, and their career. I want you to listen up. The time is now to prioritize this, to stop ignoring this, to stop putting it off, to we want the result, the energy to feel good, to feel light, to be happy, to enjoy, to be pursued, to be desired, to deepen our connection and intimacy in many areas of our lives, to be more productive without hustle, to have the best sex ever. But we need to learn how to change these energy dynamics. And superwomen, you do not have the skills. If you did, you're intelligent, you're brilliant, you would have figured it out already. And you've tried the things. You've tried the yelling, the crying, the demanding, the working harder, the overfunctioning, the people pleasing, and it hasn't gotten you the result that you want. So let's stop the insanity. Let's learn how to transition from CEO, from wife to mom, into our deep feminine when we want. Learn how to receive help, orgasms, more money, rest. Learn how to achieve from feminine surrender. And that probably sounds scary and you're thinking that's stupid. That means you need this work. And a lot of you know, I was having a conversation with a badass business owner, empowerment, powering women. Like, she does amazing, amazing work. And she's like, I know that my next level is going to be different. It's not going to come from hustle, grind. She's like, it's got to come from rest and something different. What she was saying, she didn't even know what she was articulating, but she needs to get in relationship with the feminine. It is time to heal your feminine burnout so you are healthy on the cellular level. Stop burning out your yin so you can slow down, relax, enjoy life and everything that you've built. And this is twofold, right? It's the nutrition, it's the supplements, it's the exercise and lifestyle. But how far has that gotten you on its own? We need to combine it with the yin. If our yin is burnt out and we are not in balance, we are going to have health implications. The time is now to learn how to be in our feminine energy when we need to refill our tanks, our yin, to turn this wisdom into power for us, for our families, for our relationships. This is why I created the feminine mentorship. Sold 3 spots last week. Just opened my email to 3 more applications. The time is now to change these things, and fix them for good. You're not going to do it on your own. You're not going to do it by listening to my podcast. They're going to help. They're going to give you awareness. Like the free content that I put out through my podcast, my book, my email list, like this is amazing. And this is not free. This cost me $3,000 a month in like cost plus my time. And it's going to get us so far. It's going to move the needle. And I need to get the message out there. I need to women because I want to change this for future generations. The fact that 1 in 2 women has sexual dysfunction, the fact that 1 in 4 women, soon to be 1 in 2, is on an antidepressant, and the antidepressant rate is up like 60% since the 90s. Women are 2 times more likely to be prescribed an antidepressant than men. Like we're missing something. We are missing the mark on women's health, women's fulfillment and satisfaction. And I know because I work with some amazingly resourced women. They have the best concierge doctors in the US. They have access to some amazing functional medicine practitioners. They're educated, well connected, and something still missing. They have a lot of success, but very little pleasure to show for it. And this is our energy imbalance. This is feminine burnout. This is our disconnection from the feminine. And this is a sound the alarm situation. It's a sound the alarm for society situation. I don't know if you've seen on Instagram, it's a photo of Lenny Kravitz saying something to the effect of like, this is where we get when we have let men or the patriarchy run things. Like, let's give women a chance. The whole world needs this return to feminine heart right now. And I know you feel that. So putting this work off, deprioritizing it, trying to pretend that you are okay, or trying to avoid it because it's scary and you've been conditioned into your masculine since you were a little girl, these aren't reasons. It's going to get worse. Listen to last week's episode. When has ignoring something that you know you need ever worked as a strategy? When has cheaping out on that thing ever worked as a strategy? I'm going to keep driving with my warning light on. When has that ever made things better? It hasn't. It's made it more catastrophic and more expensive. Hello, superwomen. Denial, denial, denial. It is a trauma response. I want you to know that it is possible for you to have it all. Health, wealth, love. And it's going to be more fun than you thought possible. We're going to heal this in community. 2 in-person retreats, monthly workshops and calls to go on deep dives into these things. And this is not airy, fairy, unicorn farts, toxic positivity. This is real shit based in medicine, based in Chinese medicine theory, Taoist tradition, based on my 10 years of experience in working with women. We have a group chat. We have an online portal with over 50 hours of teaching on this. Like, again, 5-figure investment, 6-figure return. I am super selective about this group of women because I want the result for you, where my clients are saying, I feel like I can be truly honest and myself here. I've never had that before. I just had the best orgasm and I was present for it. My chronic yeast infections, my chronic migraines, my fibromyalgia, it's gone. And I want to ask you, what would life be like if you had even a 30% improvement in energy, in connection, in desire, in productivity? The options are endless for you, and we need you. Your loved ones need you. The world needs you in that state. There are people and systems that benefit from us being burnt out and exhausted. And that's a whole other episode. The link in the show notes is to apply for the feminine mentorship. Think of the time, the money that you waste trying to fill this void. Think of the wine you drink. Think of the rooms that you renovate and the trips that you go on, and you're still empty. You're not as happy as you should be. Think of how much more effective you would be at work. If this speaks to you, calls to you, fill out an application. Let's discuss. I want to make sure it's a fit for us both. And if it's not, then I'm going to give you other options like one on one coaching, which I have one spot left for the year. So I know you know who you are. Let's do it together. Apply, apply. It can't, what's it going to hurt? And if your application is not a fit, like, I'm going to tell you, I know you're busy. I'm not going to waste your time and my time. I'm going to give you other options. Just please make sure, because I'm getting a ton of applications, please make sure you're ready to make the time and the monetary investment. And getting on this call is just like, I'm ready. I know I need to do this, but I just have questions for you about my specific situation. And will this work for me? And what benefit can I expect? But I'm fucking ready. I'm ready to invest. I'm ready to take the scary action that I've been silently searching for my whole life. So the quiz, have you burnt out your yin? And if you are answering yes to 5 or more of these, then the answer is yes. You have burnt out or you are burning out your yin. As superwomen, we like to look at these lists and be like, oh, well, I said no to 2 of those, so it doesn't apply to me. No, denial. We're getting out of denial. We are taking a hard look at ourselves. So, do household tasks annoy you? This has deeper roots to caregiving and all these things, and we can have debates and stuff, but let's just go with this list here. If one more thing gets added to your to-do list, you feel an immense amount of overwhelm and stress. You don't like cooking, or your cooking involves making cheese plates. You don't like arranging flowers or beautifying spaces. Maybe you're paying people to do these things. Again, fucking awesome. I love having designers and organizers and housekeepers. And there's an element missing with this stuff. Can you not rest? Is it hard for you to slow down physically? Is it hard for you to slow down mentally? I'm new on the bandwagon to the Kardashians. Kim, talking about how she is going to slow down this year. And she has not. She has gotten busier. She has added more to her plate. She is in the alarm adaptation phase of feminine burnout, and hope that she gets some help and works on this shit. Does the feminine mentorship so she can learn how to not go into the crash, because that's what comes when we don't heal this. I've been there. I've had several crashes with my own health, love, like it's in the crashes, health, wealth, love, like something gives. Can you celebrate a huge accomplishment? Can you receive it? And can you feel as good as you should for the level of that accomplishment? Because I have women who have like achieved things like the highest level of their career pinnacle, couldn't, like, very few people achieve these levels of success in their lifetime. And they're just like, okay, on to the next thing. Are you anhedonic? No joy. Pleasure centers are off. Not as happy as you should be. Not as happy as you used to be. You're using your yin to fuel your yang, your drive. Are you repelled by the feminine? That list I mentioned earlier, nurturing. Like nurturing what already exists. So being domestic, hiring people to fill that for us, rest, slow, receptive, surrendered. And just hear me, I'm not saying that hiring people is a bad thing or is a goal that you shouldn't have. I'm all fucking for it, but I'm not for having depleted yin and not being in touch with your feminine heart and not being in touch with the things that are going to heal you. Do you feel like you have to earn your pleasure? Feel like you have to earn your rest? Said another way, do you view rest as a reward? Do you view sex as a reward that you can allow yourself when all your work is done, all the items are checked off your to-do list? Or when you've conquered, like, are you masculine about your sex? Like, yes, I've done all this stuff. I need this stress release. I deserve it. Very masculine way of approaching sex. But I see a lot of superwomen, high achieving superwomen in their yang like that. Do you start to see physical symptoms? Hair falling out, weight you can't get off, same mystery illnesses coming up, not sleeping through the night, panic attacks, night sweats, anxiety, depression, ADHD, needing caffeine, sugar, salt to get you through the day. The list goes on. You know, feminine burnout. How many orgasms do you have during intimacy? Less than 3 or 4? How long do they last? Less than 10 seconds? Can you have a full body orgasm? Are people kind of repelled by you or your high expectations? Like, kind of avoid you? You're not very connected to people? We'll get more into that in this series. But I'll stop there because I don't want to scare you away. If you're depleting your yin, stay tuned. We're going to talk about this, get into the energetic imbalances, attracting our opposites, the receiving problem, how to start rebalancing this. And if you are ready, if you're ready to change it, if you're sick of living one more day without these answers and tools, scroll down and apply. Have a great week, everybody. If you like what you heard in this episode, leave me a rating. Your support helps me get discovered by more women like you. Together, we can change the conversation around women's sexual health and pleasure for you, your partners, and generations to come.